Good morning. Welcome to Sending Ravens. I just made me a big pot of coffee and I'm ready to read your cards today. See what we got. Okay, first card. So we've got the King of Swords. Okay. And the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles, that's a real family, tribe, and large gathering kind of card sometimes. And it can be about support, feeling supported. Maybe you're feeling supported by this King of Swords, or you're feeling like you're supporting a lot of people. Another way you could read that. Okay. King of Swords as an archetype would generally be thought of as an air sign person. It doesn't have to be a male. Just because it's a king, they can be sort of levels of achievement. They can talk about levels of accomplishment. They can talk about, so the king would be very much leveled up in achievement. So they're very achieved in, so they're very intellectual because it's thoughts and words, and they're a good speaker generally, and somebody who's very intellectually more inclined as opposed to in their feelings or trying to be really in their thoughts and using their head over their heart. Okay, now this is a large family gathering kind of card, so possibly you're going into a large family gathering today and you're needing to really stay detached. That's what he does here. This king, or this energy, stays detached intellectually. And they're very fair. That's why the swords slanted a little bit. Because when it's straight up and down, like the Queen of Swords, she holds her sword straight up and down. She's ready for a fight. That King of Swords would rather negotiate. And there's a kindness, and they step back a little from it. They would rather debate and talk things out. They're very fair. So it's a kind of even slightly more evolved than the Queen of Swords, although they're equals in a way. And sometimes we need the Queen of Swords kind of forthright and forcefulness. And sometimes we need to step back and debate and, take a little, a moment and be fair about things, detached about things. And I'm thinking you might be going into a family gathering today that you're going to really need your detachment and fairness and come from your head, not your heart, just for today. I know coming from our heart is important too, but just for today. Now, in the background here, there's been a situation where something wasn't being said, or entirely, maybe even some of this family group or some of this connected group here, because somehow these people all have a connection together. Okay, there may be things unsaid, because see how this person is sleeping on that sword. Swords are thoughts and words, intellectual process. This person is not saying everything they could, or maybe there's things hidden, or not everything's out in the open. Okay, and maybe in regards to a family situation or something, right? Or a group situation. Now, the Queen of Wands is right in the middle. The Queen of Wands is integral. She is forthright. She is powerful, in touch with her intuition. That's why the little black cat. She's got a sunflower in her hand, and in the days these were drawn, that meant nowadays we'd probably put a rainbow flag there. It's her freak flag. It means she is open-minded and she is unique and individual. She is wise and compassionate, but she also has a great sense of humor. You don't want to get her mad, mind you, because she's got a great temper too. Like a bit of a redhead energy there, but it doesn't have to be a redhead, obviously. Okay, so here, this is in the near future outcome. So things may go rather well here at this gathering, because you're going in, or it's asking you to go into this family gathering or this group meeting or whatever. Go in there with fairness, open-mindedness, and even humor, and your intuition intact. Because the outcome's really good. This outcome's kind of fun, exciting, new territory. You're going to go into new territory with this group, or with members of this group. And that's probably a good thing here. And it's not a good day here, because this is the advice. So we've got the Lovers. The Lovers in this kind of a reading, because we didn't ask about a relationship per se, it's just your daily read, could be about balance, coming into balance and coming at something with diplomacy and balance. And then this Two of Swords here, further advice. Not saying, so some things haven't been spoken about. I think leave them behind, and there's going to be a time to talk about it. For today in the connection, if you go in with this kind of energy, we talked about fairness, integrity, a good sense of humor. It's almost like you get a new start here, and leave the conversations that haven't been talked about in the past, leave them to another time, and ask the universe to give you an opportunity and tell you when's a good time to talk about that, or is there a good time, because some things need to be just recreated and or left in the past. And I know that sounds weird, and you know, some people like dredging up everything, but sometimes we need to just recreate and get into the now and move forward with brand new, you know, energy, especially when we're dealing with family members and people from our past or connected people's tribe. You know, I call it tribe, and I don't know if that's, I hope that's not offensive to anyone. I have two kinds of native blood in my background. It's French and all kinds of things. I got Irish, Scottish, two kinds of native, French, and what used to be Yugoslavia and German. So I feel like I can say that word, and I love that word, so I mean it in an honoring way. But when you're dealing with a situation with people that there's, you know, complicated energy with, it's always good to, you know, recreate and try to come at the thing with new, you know, energy, and using your now current personality to deal with them. Because what happened, you know, 10, 15 years ago, that happened 10, 15, people have evolved since then. You've evolved since then. So I have a feeling it's saying going into a family situation today, or kind of a situation with a group of people that all have some kind of a connectedness, bring your, you know, true wisdom, intuition, a little detachment, some humor, and you'll find you're in brand new territory. You could even find enjoyment where there never was before, or seeing things about them you never saw before, and hopefully they'll see you. And when we see ourselves, others see us too. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day. I know it's Father's Day here in Canada. I don't know what's happening in the US. I don't know if it's Father's Day there, but it is Father's Day here. And happy Father's Day to anyone who's caregiving. Happy Caregiving Day, and have a wonderful day going forward. Sending you ravens.